Hello, welcome to the channel American Update. It's Friday, August 20, 2021. I'm your host, Edgar Montoya. And my channel today, I'm going to start a new series. I plan to show up every day, not every day, every 2 or 3 days. It's going to be called What's Going On? And by what's going on, you can probably surmise that I'm going to speak about a kind of a summary of a few things, a few stories of the week, current events, whereas I've normally done a 5, 10, 15-minute video talking about like one topic. I plan on this is going to be like a news update or summary, quick summary, sharing some thoughts, ideas, gripes, recommendations, opinions of others, quotes. For those of you who read the news, or you haven't read the news too much, or you watch news videos but not too much, hopefully I can give you a nice, interesting summary. I hope you have so much to watch out there. Thanks for watching me. I hope you will comment, leave a hopefully a favorable comment. If you disagree with me on any opinions, please feel free to express yourself, but hopefully not in rudeness. There's so much of that online. Also, to maybe like my channel or like this video. Hopefully you might even like to subscribe. I'm open to other people's opinions. This channel, what is it mostly about? It's where I share news stories, opinions, politics, some history. I like to give history lessons because I love history. But this series is going to be called, as I said, What's Going On? Quick summary, talking to the points, not belaboring points too much. I might go off, though, on tangent. Hopefully, won't forget myself. But, okay, well, for starters, anyways, today, 2 stories I want to talk about. Afghanistan, and I want to start with a minor one, although it's not really minor, because this is huge, but compared to Afghanistan, which is really the story of the week, this would be considered minor, but kind of taken the back burner for now. The border, what's going on at the border, tough situation, and in a way the two are tied in. This situation, we talk about immigration, people who want to come into the country, the southern border situation, and the case with Afghanistan, these are tied. These can be linked in. It's a human interest story. It's a human story. It's very human. We got big problems here. Start with the border first. Okay. President Biden's own Homeland Security chief. Okay, that's pretty bad. Afghanistan is one thing. Everybody seems to be against Biden. Surprisingly, people are just going off just on him, even Democrats. But talk about the border here. He's got at least one person who's been speaking out. I'm not against him with voicing some opposition here. His Homeland Security chief, Alejandro Mayorkas, said, basically to sum it up in one word, he said, this situation down at the border is unsustainable, right? This can't be sustained. You can't hold on to this. This can't be kept the way it is. I'm an English teacher too, ESL teacher, so I like to expand and explain words sometimes. You can be patient with me. Well, the Democrats tend to state, claims are they're just exaggerations. It's not that bad. It's not that bad down south, what's happening at the border. No, but this is bad. Another sentence, this sums it up pretty good, I think, in one sentence, what Mayorkas said. This is powerful when you think about it. He said, we are going to lose. I repeat, we are going to lose if nothing is done. And Mr. Mayorkas, I would posit to you that you can be sure that nothing is going to be done. Okay, this was done on purpose. Under President Trump, this was somewhat under control, not perfect. This immigration situation, the horses left the gate a long time ago. Okay, and before one would think that I'm knocking immigrants, illegal immigrants who come across the border, you could probably tell by my last name, Montoya, as I stated it, I'm a Latino. I'm a proud Latino. I'm Hispanic. And as I understand people coming across the border, people desperate, looking for a better life, wanting a better situation, looking for a change, something to happen, escaping, running away for all kinds of situations. But we are a land of law and order, and we've lost that. We lost that more now than ever before, I think. This is just, I think it's done, right? Nothing is done. It's just we're going to lose. Because that's the interest the Democrats have in this, is just letting this go, letting immigrants come in, maybe a permanent Democrat base, wanting to fundamentally change America, as President Obama said. I think we didn't understand what the Democrats probably meant, what Obama probably meant by that. There was a lot there more than meets the eye. And to get into detail on that, I want to get off the truck again. I want to get off the track. I said that's probably more for another video. But there's no interest in really getting anything done there. Reports are that a frightening percentage of untested and unregistered individuals are being released in the U.S. Unregistered, we know. That's always been the truth about the case, pretty much unregistered individuals. Okay? But what they mean there too is usually they might come in, they stop them. We have basically a catch and release policy. Okay? But at least they're registered. And many are given court dates, of which only about 10% ever really end up showing up for. People unregistered, many people who escape in manage to run in anyways. But the thing that's more scary than that, unregistered, and you don't know what you're getting. People knocked President Trump when he was running for president in 2016 for talking about, oh, they're sending us their worst, they're sending us their worst. A lot of bad people come across the border, and you don't know who they all are. They could be from many different countries who come in. We have a wide open border. That's a wide open wound. But today, the unregistered part is almost the least of it. The thing is, today, should worry more people, whether you're anti-vaxxer or pro-vaccine or what have you, is the untested part. It's the hypocritical part too. People can come across the border untested. Many who are stopped, they're offered a vaccine, and they won't take it. The gall of it, you think you want to come in illegally, and they say take the test. For me, right there on that alone, whether I'm pro-vax or anti-vax, for the record, I haven't taken it myself. But I would tell these people that you want to come in illegally, and you won't take the vaccine, without it, you're not coming in. We'll turn you around right now. We got enough problems there. Turn you around. And what gets me here too is, well, go on to this little sentence here. The Mayorkas, here it says, Mayorkas applauds the heroic efforts. Okay, here after, besides for the trying to deal with the unregistered and the untested individuals, those who are coming through, dealing with this immigration situation that has gotten away from them, Mayorkas applauds the heroic efforts. Now, I don't laugh, I don't scoff here at the heroic part, because this rank and file, the Border Patrol officials, my hat's off to them. They have a difficult job, if you ever saw a difficult job. What I laugh at here is the applause part. Here they're saying, here you had A through Z, okay, A through Z of things you could do in the Immigration Department, Border Patrol, how to control. But we're only going to let you have G, R, and X. You can't do anything else. So basically, these Border Patrol agents, these people who work for Border Patrol, they're more handcuffed than those who come in illegally, who should be handcuffed. But anyways, this is all you can do, but you go out there and do your best, okay? And hey, good luck to you. Your efforts are heroic. And Mayorkas comes. He's the head of Homeland Security. Through his decisions, together with the President, together with the State Department, the Defense Department, lacks policy here on immigration if you ever saw one. As one agent said, we need to make illegal entry illegal again. I'm sorry, I added the again part. That's what do we need to do, he said? We need to make illegal entry illegal. I added the again part. That's the DTV translation, the Donald Trump version translation. That's what President Trump would say, let's make illegal entry illegal again, as it was under him. It was working quite well. Not perfectly, but it was working well. As I said, they tore the Band-Aid off the scab here. The scab came off. This is bleeding badly now. Anyways, now on to Afghanistan. And I would subtitle this part, The Double Standard. The hypocrisy. Let me read a little quote to you. This is from the Immigration Department or the State Department concerning people, those who are left, Americans, who are stuck in Afghanistan. U.S. citizens wanting assistance in departing the country should register for any option that might be identified to to return to the U.S. and must complete this repatriation assistance request for each traveler in their group. Fill out this form. And from what I heard, from what I saw on Facebook, somebody wrote down, this could cost $2,000 each. You've got to be kidding me. When there are people coming across the border, non-citizens, without a paper, without a piece of ID, but citizens, Americans who desperately want to come into the country, fill out this form, cost you $2,000. Make it out to the airport if you can't shelter in place. How could this have been solved? Well, President Trump said the other day, when they asked him, what would you have done? He said, okay, civilians first, out. And Americans, I'm sure, first. And then those Afghan civilians who helped the United States during the 20 years, out. Then the equipment, the tanks, the weaponry, the high-tech devices that were used in fighting this war, out. They left them there. They're at the hands of the Afghans, the Chinese, the Russians will get their share too. And they'll break us down. Okay, that's a lot of intelligence there. Finally, the soldiers. They're the ones who could stay the longest, who've been there the longest, 20 years. They could stay there, make sure all clear, everybody's out, their equipment out, then they're gone. Complete agreement. Now here's the funny thing though. If you read this, if you heard this, did you hear about anybody disagreeing with him? Anybody scoffing this time at what Trump said? Now that tells you something. When you don't hear pushback on Trump this time for something he said, pushback from the left. What does that tell you? That this situation, this handling of Afghanistan by Biden was so bad that Trump can say this, and Democrats say, at worst, they shrug their shoulders. Many of them maybe said, damn, he's right. Others say, well, I don't know if it works, but damn, anything's better than what happened. When even Democrats are coming out against it and say, this is a disaster. And there have been pictures comparing this with the fall of Saigon in 1975. Biden owns this one. This is on him. He can't get away from this one. So Trump's not been catching flack for that, because they say anything would have been better than this, what's going on. And I liked what he said. Civilians first, equipment, soldiers. Make sure everything's clear. Get out of there. We're not against finally leaving Afghanistan, but do it right. As for negotiations with the Taliban, here's a quote from the Senate Minority Leader, Mitch McConnell. He said, the Taliban doesn't believe in a political settlement. They want military victory and bloody retribution. President Biden and his team have a proud superpower, the United States, trying to fight atrocities and war crimes with plaintive tweets. Is that true? I'd say, when folks, honestly, when it comes to tweets, when it comes to Twitter, I think the only politician who ever did it right was President Trump, okay? With all his tweets, either had half a nation rallying in a war cry, ready to go fight for him, and the other half of the country wanting to come after him with pitchforks, okay? The only politician for whom Twitter and tweets was ever effective for, really worked, was President Trump. Okay, folks, that's it for today. I'd love to hear your comments, get your likes. There'll be more in the coming days, quick summaries of what's going on. And it was an honor. It was great sharing with you some thoughts, some ideas of mine. Hope to hear from you. Thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.